Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32, Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 499 0129 plus 491 723 779066 at Miracle Cargo International. We deliver to your doorstep. Relax, you're in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements. We are engaged in import and export, marketing, distribution of cars of all kinds, sea cargo, air cargo, courier, both in sea and air services. Office address: Shop 11, To God Be the Glory Plaza, 425/427 Old Abeokuta Motor Road, Car Wash Bus Stop, Abule Egba, Lagos, Nigeria. 380 Old Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32 Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 499 0129 plus 491 723 779066 at Miracle Cargo International. We deliver to your doorstep.
Good evening, my people. You're welcome to Prestige TV. You're welcome to our program called Medical Line, Health Issue, which I bring to you every Sunday night from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I'm your hostess, Pauline George. Today, my people, we're going to discuss about stroke. What is stroke? How can stroke be prevented? Who are the people susceptible to stroke? Please call your friends and families. Let them know that Pauline is on air. You can reach us on internet on www.prestigetv.net as well as on YouTube. So anywhere in the world, call your friends and families. Let them know now that Pauline is on air and we're discussing about stroke. Stroke is a brain attack. It can happen to anyone at any time. It occurs when blood flow to an area of your brain is cut off. When this happens, the brain cells are deprived of oxygen and they begin to die, and they may finally die. My people, when brain cells die during a stroke, ability to control by this area of the brain that is controlled will be affected. The ability controlled, I said, by this area of the brain, such as the memory, such as the muscle control, are lost. How a person is affected by stroke depends on where the stroke occurs in the brain and how much of this brain tissue or the brain cells are damaged. For example, someone who had a small stroke may also have a minor problem, such as temporary weakness. They may have temporary memory loss, temporary weakness of the arm or the leg. People with a big stroke may have permanent damage or paralysis of one side of their body, loss of the ability to speak. Some people may even go blind. Some people recover completely from stroke, gradually with physiotherapy, exercise, and medication. Where, according to research, my people, 2/3 of the survival of stroke always end up with disability. By research, my people, each year in United Kingdom, About 800,000 people experience stroke as a new occurrence in their life. A stroke happens every 40 seconds in England. Stroke is the 5th leading cause of death. Also in USA, which is one of the biggest first world. My people, every 4 minutes, someone dies from stroke, according to research in this England. And USA is even worse because of the type of food people eat. Up to 80% of stroke can be prevented. So please call your friends and families to listen to this program, as research has proven that up to 80% of people who have stroke can be prevented. There are 2 types of stroke. We have hemorrhagic stroke, a brain aneurysm, burst, or weakened blood vessels leak. We call it hemorrhagic stroke, my people. In one of the 2 types of stroke, hemorrhagic stroke is one of the 2 types. While hemorrhagic stroke is the least common type of stroke, it is the most often one that leads to death. I repeat, my people, we've got 2 types of stroke: hemorrhagic and ischemic stroke. My people, hemorrhagic stroke is less common, but in fact, it is the most common cause of death in stroke. 15% of all strokes are hemorrhagic stroke, but they are responsible for about 40% of all stroke deaths. Hemorrhagic stroke is either a brain aneurysm, burst, or a weakened blood vessels leak. Blood splits into around the brain and creates swelling and pressure, damaging the cells and the tissue in the brain. There are 2 types of hemorrhagic stroke, my people. They are called intracerebral one and subarachnoid. My people, you don't really need to know this anatomy and physiology. All you need to know is that there are 2 types of stroke. The hemorrhagic stroke. My people, the most common hemorrhagic stroke is that intracerebral one. It happens when a blood vessels inside the brain burst and leak blood into the surrounding brain tissue. Intracerebral hemorrhage. The bleeding causes brain cells to die and affects the parts of the brain stop working correctly. High blood pressure and aging blood vessels are the most common of this type of stroke. People with high blood pressure, old age as well, aging blood vessels are the most cause of this hemorrhagic stroke. Sometimes intracerebral one hemorrhagic stroke can be caused by we call that one of malformation, arteriovenous malformation. That is the malformation of the arteries and the veins as well. It is a genetic condition, my people, of abnormal connection between arteries and the veins, and most often occurs in the brain or the spine. My people, this sort of stroke, this sort of AVM we call it, occur in the brain, the vessels, and can break and bleed into the brain because of this bad connection between the veins and the arteries. And this is genetic. So you do not choose the family you come from. You just find yourself in a family. If you are unfortunate, you get this type of thing in your family, That is why you hear some people die of stroke and they have children, and the children grow up to that age that they died, or even before that age, or a little bit after that age, and they die of the same type of stroke that their mother or their daddy died of, because it's genetic. Then you wonder what sort of it is. We call it AVM. This is the AVM one, that is genetic type of stroke. And then we have the subarachnoid hemorrhage. This type of stroke involves bleeding in the area between the brain and the tissue covering the brain, known as the subarachnoid space. So it's the brain and the tissue covering the brain. You know, part of our body is supplied with the blood vessels. This is known as subarachnoid space. The covering of the brain, and it's between the brain and the cover, is the subarachnoid space. This type of stroke is most often caused by burst aneurysm and these other causes of stroke. My people, AVM, like I said, sometimes people have other type of stroke when they have bleeding disorders, when people have head injury as well, might be an accident or whatever sort of head injury. People using blood thinner medicine, they may be unfortunate to have stroke. The signs and symptoms of stroke is what we are going to discuss next. My people, it is advisable that you listen to this program every weekend, every Sunday. I'm bringing this program to you this time of the day. It's Sunday because a lot of people will be at home to listen. Even if you're at work, you can listen from your mobile phone. www.prestigetv.net. My people, if you are enjoying this program, if you do not want this program to be extinct, I'll advise you to call your friends and families to listen to this program, participate by calling in, and also help to sponsor me. I'm pleading for sponsorship. Advertisement is very good for your businesses. You cannot undermine the power of advertisement. You will be shocked the way your business will improve. We can advertise your business on this television. Or you can come together as a good gesture and sponsor me. My telephone number is 07 407 283003, or you can call the telephone on the screen. You can call it anytime if you want to sponsor me. It's 07754 640 731. It is on the screen. My people, the line will be open for you as I continue now. You can call anytime. I will stop and speak to you. We're discussing about stroke. I am not a doctor. I am a nurse. I am a midwife. I do a lot of literature research, my people, to come and help educate you on this program. This is my way of showing that I'm a citizen of the world. So I'm at your service anytime. If you have any problem, if you have anything that is relating to the symptoms or signs of whatever I discuss here, go to your healthcare professionals. Go to your GP or your nurses physically. They can see you and diagnose your problem. I am not able to diagnose your problem. I am only here to raise your awareness. But if you do not know where to go, you can call my private line number. I will lead you on to the right people. My name is Pauline, and my private line number is 07 407 283003. My people, please call now. The number on the screen, or the telephone number is 07754 640-731. We've got an advert coming up now. Please listen to this advert, watch this advert while we continue. Thank you.
Relax, you're in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements. We are engaged in import and export, marketing, distribution of cars of all kinds, sea cargo, air cargo, courier, both in sea and air services. Office address: Shop 11, To God Be the Glory Plaza, 425/427 Old Abeokuta Motor Road, Car Wash Bus Stop, Abule Egba, Lagos, Nigeria. 380 Old Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32 Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 499 0129 plus 491 723 779066. At Miracle Cargo International, we deliver to your doorstep.
You're welcome back to Prestige TV. I'm your hostess, Pauline George. We're discussing about stroke. What are the signs and symptoms of stroke? The signs and symptoms of stroke. Knowing the signs and symptoms of stroke is the first step to ensuring medical help is received immediately. For each minute, according to research, a stroke goes on untreated and the blood flow to the brain continues to be blocked. A person loses about 1.9 million neurons for each minute, and this could mean that the person's speech, the person's movement, the person's memory, and so many other more parts of your body or your senses can be affected and maybe a disability for life. So it is good to know the signs and symptoms of stroke and call 999 immediately. If you are in England, wherever you are abroad, if it's not England, you will know what numbers to call. In America, I think it's 911. I don't know what it is in Nigeria, but I mean, get somebody to drive you straight to the hospital if your ambulance service is not good. If you have a sudden numbness or weakness of your face, your arm, or your leg, especially one side of your body, suddenly, you may be having stroke, my people. Don't wait. Call 999. If you suddenly start feeling confused, if you have trouble speaking or understanding people, press 999. Call for help immediately. In England, you don't need to speak. If you are not able to speak, immediately you press 999. They will find your address. They will find where you are. We are very lucky. Just crawl to that place and press 999. Call for help before anything. If you have trouble suddenly seeing in one or both eyes, don't wait. Call 999. Do not wait for all the symptoms. If you suddenly have trouble in walking and you suddenly feel dizzy, you suddenly lose balance or coordination, call 999. Do not wait. It is better safe than sorry. Research has proven every minute you have stroke, you lose 1.9 million neurons in your brain. That can be debilitating. It can lead to death. Apart from disability, my people, if you suddenly have severe headache of no unknown cause, you suddenly have headache, call 999. before it's too late. It is important. Sudden weakness, my people. If you suddenly feel confused, if you suddenly see that you cannot see, suddenly see that you have headache that you didn't have before, my people, call 999. Every minute you wait, research has proven you are losing 1.9 neurons. It is better safe than sorry. You can lose your memory immediately and you can be slumped on the floor and nothing else. But once you call 999, even if your door is locked, it will be broken by the emergency service. Your life will be saved. They will start immediately. We have air ambulances. We are very lucky we are in England. NHS is free, my people. So do not joke. It doesn't matter your status. It does not matter what you are. Once you are in England, you will later pay for your health care, but your life will be saved first. This is the best country in the world where your life is very important. NHS is the best that ever happened to us in England. So please, stroke is something that you can be prevented too. We are going to talk about it. Then you will then say, which people are more at risk of stroke? I want you to know today that anybody can have stroke, but there are some people that are more susceptible to stroke. Like I said, it can be hereditary, and you may not know. Your daddy, your mommy may not have it. It may be you've taken the gene of your grandparents or the great-grandparents, and you'll be the one to bring it out. So anybody can have stroke. If you suddenly feel weakness of one side of your body, suddenly have headache, suddenly find you cannot speak or understand anybody, you suddenly see that you have maybe visual problem, you are not able to see, sudden headache, call 999 first before any other thing, before you start calling any friends and family. If you are in England, 999. If you are not in England, if you are in America, I think it's 911. Wherever you are in the world, make sure you find out what is the emergency number of that place. Get to speak to neighbors. Get to be friends with your neighbor, because it can happen to anybody. So you are able to knock on them and say, I'm in trouble, please drive me, if it's a place where there is no ambulance. But the fact of it is, when you have stroke in England, ambulance is better than your neighbor driving you. There we have air ambulances, helicopters. Stroke is something taken very important in England. Like I said, anyone can have stroke. But the people that are susceptible to having stroke are people who have high blood pressure, which we call hypertension. People who have got heart problem, atrial fibrillation. People with diabetes mellitus, because diabetes damage all the part of your body, especially your blood vessels. You remember I said weak blood vessels, thin blood vessels, all these sort of blood vessels dyscrasia can give you stroke. People with high cholesterol, if that place is blocked, the blood supply to the brain is blocked, high cholesterol can cause plages to block the blood vessels and the blood flow to the brain. Then you can have stroke. My people, you may be at risk of stroke. Like I said, anyone can have stroke. But then there are some things that increases your risk of stroke. What makes you more at risk? Most stroke happen when a blood clot blocks the flow of your blood to the brain. Blood clots usually form in areas where our arteries have become narrowed or further up by the fatty deposits. When we get older, my people, our arteries usually naturally becoming harder and narrower. I mean, the body that have lived for 60, 70 years, up to after the age of 50, what do you expect? The older you are, the more at risk you are at stroke. This increases the risk of you becoming blocked, having blocked arteries or having a stroke, because your arteries, your blood vessels become harder and narrower. However, there are often factors that can speed your process of having this stroke or make the blood more likely to clot. Some of it we can change, others we cannot change, my people. The risk factor of you to having that you cannot change is one, you cannot change your age. It's not possible. The larger number of people who have stroke are aged over the age of 55, according to research. However, younger people can have stroke depending on their lifestyle, depending on their family history as well. And the risk increase the older you get after the age of 55. This is because, like I said earlier, our arteries naturally become narrower and harder as we get older. So you cannot choose how old you are. You cannot change your age. Even if you lie, you know within yourself what your age is. My people, ethnicity as well. You cannot choose your ethnicity. You come into the world and find yourself black or white or whatever. If you are from South Asia, unfortunately, if you are a black African or black Caribbean, you are at risk of very high risk of stroke than other people in UK. So stroke is more, unfortunately, according to research. If you are from South Asia, if you are a black African, if you are a black Caribbean, this is what the research has said. It is not me. It does not discriminate. It's just your ethnicity. It is not completely understood why this is like that. I have read so many research. I cannot find why the black people are more at risk. I cannot tell you why the Caribbeans are more at risk and the South Asians. The connection is very, very difficult. Probably to the fact that you may likely to have conditions such as we are more at risk of diabetes. The black people are more at risk of diabetes. We're more at risk of blood pressure too, high blood pressure. We worry a lot, I'm sorry to say that. Maybe that is why, but I'm not able to tell you why, except for the fact that we are more at risk of the black people and the people from South Asia. What about family history as well? If you have a close relative, if you have a grandparent, if you have a brother or a sister that has had a stroke, you are likely more at a higher risk of stroke. Genetic conditions as well. Certain genetic conditions can cause stroke. For example, sickle cell disease. If you know the physiology, pathophysiology of sickle cell disease, you will know that sickle cell disorder, they are more at risk of stroke. My people, genetic disorder like sickle cell, you know, affect your red blood cells and make them more likely to block your blood vessels. You know that. None of these factors mean that you will necessarily have a stroke. It doesn't mean that, oh yes, because you are a sickle celler, you will have a stroke. But you are more at risk. It is important to be aware of them and do what you can about the factors to change this. For example, people with sickle cell should avoid cold weather. They should try and drink a lot. They must not forget their folic acid. It's very important. And then, black people should try and check themselves before they get married. Check your genotype. Because if you marry somebody with AS and you are an AS, you run 1 in 4 risk of bringing a sickle cell child to the world. The poor children did not choose, but you have chosen not to check yourself. It can be avoided, it can be prevented, my people. Sickle cell can be prevented. The only way you can prevent it is to ensure that if you are an AS, you ensure that before you fall in love and start having children, you ensure that the man you are going out with is an AA, or the woman you are going out with is AA. So there is no way on earth you will have a sickle celler. But if you then decide to ignore medical advice and say, oh yes, I'm in love, I believe in God, I know God can do everything, but heaven helps those who help themselves. Or I have an auntie that is an AS, and then, like people say, and the husband is AS as well. Even the husband is SS. They never had any sickle celler. Good luck to them. But then, when you end up having a sickle cell child, you bring the poor child to the world to suffer, and you live your life as a life is not, you can't live your life to the fullest, because nobody will be happy to watch their children suffering, having all sorts of problems. We are not discussing about sickle cell now, but I have a great passion on sickle cell, which I will discuss another time. My people, I'm very aware of the time. The line is open for you now. If you have any question, if you have any contribution, just to know you are watching, please call now. The number you can call is on the screen. It is 07754 640 731. My name is Pauline. My people, like I say all the time, intermittently through this program, I am a nurse. I am a midwife. I am not a doctor. However, I do a lot of literature research to comprehend them together and come and help educate you on this program. My people, whatever I say on this program is research proven. It's not just from my head. It is what all the medical people, the nurses and pharmacists, every one of them come together. It is research proven. So, any signs and symptoms that you have, that relate to whatever I discuss here, please go physically to your healthcare professionals, to your nurses, so that your problem will be solved. I cannot diagnose your problem. But if you do not know where to go, if you need help on the part of whether physiotherapist, doctor, or whatever, call me. My private line number is 07407 283003. The line is open for you now. You can call now if you have any question, if you have any contribution on 07754 640 731. My name is Pauline. We're discussing about stroke, the signs and symptoms of stroke. What are the medical conditions that can cause stroke, my people? Certain medical conditions can put you at risk of stroke. I told you earlier on that if you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, if you have atrial fibrillation, if you have high cholesterol, it's important for you to know that you may be at high risk of stroke. An important way to reduce your risk of stroke is to find out if you have any of these conditions and work well with your doctor to manage them properly. Your life factors as well. The way you live has a big impact on the risk of stroke. The way you live has a big impact on your health, my people. Things like smoking, drinking too much. I don't mean water, I mean alcohol. Too much of alcohol. When you are overweight, obese, my people, and eating unhealthy food, it can damage your blood vessels. It can increase your risk of high blood pressure. It can make you more likely to clot because you have high blood pressure. It can increase your risk of diabetes mellitus. And if you have diabetes mellitus, if it's well controlled, you have no problem. People live up to very old age, 100, 101, with diabetes mellitus. It can be managed depending on how you manage it. My people, there are lots of simple changes you can make to your life, to your lifestyle, that can reduce you from having stroke. The risk factor of people having stroke as well, unfortunately, for women, there are some other factors that can increase your risk of having stroke as a woman. High level of hormone, female hormone, estrogen, can make your blood more likely to clot. Your estrogen level rises naturally when you are pregnant. This is why we know pregnant women are at risk of stroke as well. But there are also hormone treatments that can cause it to rise. Unfortunately, contraceptive pill can cause your clotting to rise. And hormone replacement therapy. Imagine, when you are menopause, you are in trouble. Hormone replacement therapy, you run so many risks of problem with it. When you are young, you are in trouble. You do not want to be pregnant, you are using contraceptive pill. So you cannot win. HRT is when you are menopause. Contraceptive pill is when you are young because you don't want unwanted pregnancy. So generally, the risk of stroke due to pregnancy or hormone treatment is, although low, but it is concerning or have a high risk factor. So make sure you talk to your GP about it when you want to use contraceptive pill. Studies have shown that women who have this certain type of migraine or a slightly higher risk of having stroke. So when you are a woman and you have certain type of migraine, you are more risk of having stroke. Aren't men very lucky? Yes, men can have stroke as well. But because of our hormone, because of pregnancy as well, you menopause, you are in trouble. You are not menopause, you are young, you use contraceptive pill. So please talk to your doctors. Talk to your healthcare professionals. You have community nurses, or what are they called, that can help you with your contraceptive pills. My people, men can have problem as well. High blood pressure, worries can make you have high blood pressure according to research. And if the blood pressure is very high, it can lead to aneurysm. You remember I said the hemorrhagic stroke. It is one of the less common one, but most common cause of death. The line is open for you now. If you have any question, if you have any contribution, you can call now on 07754 640 731. The number is on the screen for you to call, my people. If you have any question, if you have any contribution, it is time to call now. Or please listen to these adverts and patronize. Because, advertising your businesses on this television, Prestige TV, you will find out that your businesses will get better, will improve. So please sponsor me. I come here every week to plead for sponsorship. It will be my delight that I can announce next week that I'm being sponsored by a certain group of people or a business. The line is open for you. Please listen to this advert.
Relax, you're in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements. We are engaged in import and export, marketing, distribution of cars of all kinds, sea cargo, air cargo, courier, both in sea and air services. Office address: Shop 11 11 To God Be The Glory Plaza, 425/427 Old Abeokuta Motor Road, Car Wash Bus Stop, Abule Egba, Lagos, Nigeria. 380 Old Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32 Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 499 0129 plus 491 723 779066. At Miracle Cargo International, we deliver to your doorstep. Relax, you're in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements. We are engaged in import and export, marketing, distribution of cars of all kinds, sea cargo, air cargo, courier, both in sea and air services. Office address: Shop 11 To God Be The Glory Plaza, 425/427 Old Abeokuta Motor Road, Car Wash Bus Stop, Abule Egba, Lagos, Nigeria. 380 Old Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32 Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 499 0129 plus 491 723 779066. At Miracle Cargo International, we deliver to your doorstep. Relax, you're in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo.
My people, welcome back to Prestige TV. You can listen to us on internet on www.prestigetv.net. Your hostess is Pauline George. We have just finished discussing about stroke. You can call now if you have any question, if you have any contribution. Your hostess is Pauline on 07754 640 731. It's about stroke. Stroke is one of the leading causes of death in the United Kingdom and United States of America, and I'm sure it's the same all over the world. Stroke can be prevented. Only some few parts of stroke that cannot be prevented, like if it is genetic, like if it's an AVN, which is something to do with the connection of the vein and the artery, or maybe you've got high blood pressure in your family. But the fact of it is, if it's well controlled, if you go by what the doctor asks you to do, you do the right exercise, you eat the right food, people have high blood pressure and they grow very old without, having stroke. The older you are, my people, the more you are at risk of stroke, according to research. You cannot help yourself. But if you change your lifestyle, even though it is known that your veins, your arteries, your blood vessels become hardened after the age of 55, you can prevent it with your lifestyle. My people, live a good lifestyle. Do not smoke. Smoking is not good for you. And if you do smoke, try and stop smoking. We are lucky it's in England. In England, you get free advice on how to stop smoking, drinking as well, alcohol problem. There are so many other problems it can give you apart from stroke. People with diabetes mellitus, if you eat the right amount of food, if you do the right exercise, use medication properly, you will be well controlled. Then your risk of stroke will be less. My people, try and eat a lot of vegetable. Obese people, if you are obese, obesity is not good. it gives you a lot of health problems. So if you are obese, try and reduce your weight. Food high in cholesterol, avoid high cholesterol food. My people, if you change your lifestyle, if you do a lot of exercise, you can help yourself. Symptoms of stroke. Stroke is the lack of oxygen supply to your brain, and which can lead to brain damage. So the symptoms of it depends whether it's an extensive stroke or just a minor stroke. The minor one is when you just have maybe some ailment and you get a bit better. Some people may even have stroke, very minor stroke that they may not know. Maybe when they go for medical tests, it's when they will be told that they had stroke sometimes and they did not know. But you can, if you know the signs of stroke and symptoms of stroke, then you will be able to call for help immediately. Calling for help is the best when you have stroke, because research has proven that with stroke, every minute you wait, you lose 1.9 million neurons in your brain, which can lead to damage to the part of your body that is being supplied. Can be permanent damage, and it can even lead to death. Maybe you may end up with speech problems or not able to speak again forever. You may end up paralyzed one part of your body. You may end up with blindness or deafness or whatever. From my people, you can prevent that by calling immediately. Get to your phone. Even if you cannot talk, if you are able to then dial 999, you will get help. In England, we are lucky. We have NHS. My people, if you suddenly cannot speak, if you're suddenly having slurred speech, if you suddenly have visual problem, suddenly find that one part of your body is weak, or you look on the mirror, your face look a bit slurred, my people, sudden headache, it is a sign of stroke, a symptom of stroke. Quickly call 999. You can suddenly become confused. So before you become confused, call 999. If you are in England, don't wait and go and knock on your neighbors. Call 999. Even if you are a visitor in this country, you will be treated and then you will have to pay later. At least you'll be alive to pay. Do not be afraid. Call 999. The ambulance will come to you wherever you are. If you are not able to speak, call 999. Even if you are able to speak, call 999. Tell them your symptoms and you'll be taken as a priority. My people, the line is open for you now. Take this chance to call on 07754 640 731. My name is Pauline. We're discussing about stroke. It doesn't have to be about stroke only. Whatever question you have, whatever contribution, you can call now on 07754 640 731. My name is Pauline. My people, I'm going to round up soon. I have a sweet mother dating agency. It is winter time. You need somebody to be with. You need somebody to be in love with. You want a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a future husband or a future wife. Why don't you come and join the dating agency? You pay only £40. Call my private line number. It's 07407 283003. I repeat, 07407 283003. My people, It is cold. You go to work, you come back and lay down alone. You need somebody to talk to. You just want a friend. My people, come and join the Sweet Mother Dating Agency. I'm going to say bye-bye now because it's going to be 9 o'clock. Outside this time, if you need help about your health, call my private line number. It's from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. I will do my best if I'm not at work to help you out. My private line number is 07407 283003. My people, you can call now before I go. This number on the screen for the last time is 07754. It is on the screen. 640731. We just finished discussing about stroke. I will round up and tell you the signs and symptoms of stroke. The signs and symptoms of stroke: sudden weakness in any part of your body, sudden one-sided weakness, sudden slurred speech, unable to speak, sudden visual disturbance, feeling dizzy suddenly, and sudden headache. Do not wait. Call the 999. Wherever you are in England. If it's America, I think it's 911. Call 911. It is better safe than sorry. If it's any part of the other world, find out what their emergency service is. If it's Nigeria, try and see if you have an ambulance. If not, get a neighbor to drive you straight to the nearest hospital. So, my people, I'm going to say good night now. Good night, my people. Have a nice weekend. Please listen to this program next week, Sunday, from 9 o'clock in the evening to 10 p.m. every Sunday. And I still need sponsorship. Do not forget I need sponsorship. You can come together and sponsor this program. You can call my private line number. It's 07407 283003. I repeat, 07407 283003. Call my private line number if you want. 07407 283003. My people, or you can call Prestige TV. Prestige TV number is on the screen. It's 07754 640731. I repeat, 07754 640731. Good night, my people. Have a nice weekend and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Relax, you are in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements. We are engaged in import and export, marketing, distribution of cars of all kinds, sea cargo, air cargo, courier, both in sea and air services. Office address: Shop 11, To God Be the Glory Plaza, 425/427 Old Abeokuta Motor Road, Car Wash Bus Stop, Abule Egba, Lagos, Nigeria. 380 Old Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32 Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 4990129 plus 491-723-779066 at Miracle Cargo International. We deliver to your doorstep. Relax, you're in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements. We are engaged in import and export, marketing, distribution of cars of all kinds, sea cargo, air cargo, courier, both in sea and air services. Office address: Shop 11, To God Be the Glory Plaza, 425/427 Old Abeokuta Motor Road, Car Wash Bus Stop, Abule Egba, Lagos, Nigeria. 380 Old Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32 Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 499 0129 plus 491-723-779066 at Miracle Cargo International. We deliver to your doorstep. Relax, you're in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements. We are engaged in import and export, marketing, distribution of cars of all kinds, sea cargo, air cargo, courier, both in sea and air services. Office address: Shop 11, To God Be the Glory Plaza, 425/427 Old Abeokuta Motor Road, Car Wash Bus Stop, Abule Egba, Lagos, Nigeria. 380 Old Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32 Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 499 0129 plus 491-723-779066 at Miracle Cargo International. We deliver to your doorstep. Relax, you're in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements. We are engaged in import and export, marketing, distribution of cars of all kinds, sea cargo, air cargo, courier, both in sea and air services. Office address: Shop 11, To God Be the Glory Plaza, 425/427 Old Abeokuta Motor Road, Car Wash Bus Stop, Abule Egba, Lagos, Nigeria. 380 Old Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32 Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 499 0129 plus 491-723-779066 at Miracle Cargo International. We deliver to your doorstep. Relax, you're in safe hands. Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements. We are engaged in import and export, marketing, distribution of cars of all kinds, sea cargo, air cargo, courier, both in sea and air services. Office address: Shop 11, To God Be the Glory Plaza, 425/427 Old Abeokuta Motor Road, Car Wash Bus Stop, Abule Egba, Lagos, Nigeria. 380 Old Kent Road, London, Southeast 1, 5AA, London, United Kingdom. 32 Normannon Street, 59067, Ham, Germany. For your bookings, call 00234 8025 0435 35 07466 113853 0790 4016 012 0740 499 0129 plus 491-723-779066 at Miracle Cargo International. We deliver to your doorstep. Relax, You are insolvent? Miracle Cargo International is ready to take the complexity out of custom. Miracle Cargo International will help you move your goods freely, smoothly, and deliver to your doorstep. Miracle Cargo International predominantly uses both air and sea mode and offer a choice of delivery speeds to best suit customer requirements.